Welcome to students. Today we are going to discuss about the remaining technical points of the air pollution topic. In last video lecture we have to discuss about the what is the air pollution, causes of the air pollution, pollutants of the air pollution and what is the effect of pollution. In this lecture we have to discuss about the various controlling of the air pollution and remaining parts. The first point of the today's session is controlling of air pollution in US, but it is also we have to use in India. Then smokestacks with the electrostatic precipitator. This is the right side. This is the electrostatic precipitator equipment. We have to install this equipment at the manufacturing plant of our industry. This, if we not install or we cannot use the electrostatic precipitator, that is the effect of we have seen that the huge amount of the pollutions are mixing in the atmosphere or in air. Then how is machine working? This is the electrostatic precipitator we have to install at the exit of the manufacturing plant. The all the dust fall off the wall into the collector in this chamber, and also we have to collect the dirty gas or odor in the smog in the when we collect in the dust and also dirty gases in the precipitator. Then with the help of the precipitator wall, that is the positive charges and electrode negative charges, we have to convert these pollutions with the clean gases, and this clean gas we have to exit by the this way. This is the one of the most famous and economy controlling of the air pollution we have to use in the industry. Due to the industries or industry manufacturing plant, the 20 to 25% pollutions are done. We have to already seen in last lecture. Next, this we have seen that the without electrostatic precipitator, and if we use the electrostatic precipitator, this is the image. Here we seen that the difference between two pictures is the pollution are mixing or added in the atmosphere, and this is the clean air gas or clean gas are mixing in air pollution or no pollution are in atmosphere. This is the difference between we have to use without electrostatic precipitator or not. Next, controlling and air pollution is the smokestacks with the scrubbers. The another equipment, the scrubbers in the right side. The particulate material can also be controlled by proper excavating techniques. That is, we have to collect it, the polluted liquid or a sludge in the out, and also we have to collect the dirty gas inside of the chamber or inside of the scrubber. Then there are the various connection, that is the liquid water in this stage. Next, entertainment separator, it is a separator of the dirty gas and to transfer or convertible to dirty gas or polluted liquid to clean gas, and this clean gas we have to exit this by this way. This is the scrubber. Next, controlling the air pollution in the phase 1 vapor recovery system of gasoline. There is a hose B, it is the vapor tube, we have to use the vapor system and the gasoline. Next, hose A, that is the in orange pipeline, is the gasoline tube and is the vapor and is the gasoline. So all the polluted air we have to collect it in the truck, and after the we have to treat it or clean the in the help of the vapor gasoline. Next, the Clean Air Act. The various act are or various rules are formed for the controlling the air pollution. That is, we have see the authorizes the EPA to set limits of limits on amount of specific air pollutants the permitted. That is controlling the air pollutants. The focus is on 6 pollutants, that is the lead, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, and ozone. The particularly this is the 6 pollutant are the permitted the specific amount of the or to limits or amount of the present in atmosphere we have to permit. That is the lead, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxides, and also ozone. The act has led to decreases. Here is in that the difference between the 1970 and 2006. The carbon monoxide, that is the y-axis here is the million metric tons per day per year, is a 20 million metric tons per year, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, almost up to 200. And in x-axis we have seen the various pollutant, that is the carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, volatile organic compounds, nitrogen oxide, particulate matter. We have seen that the difference between 1970 to 2006, the green line is the 1970 and red line is the or red graph is the 2006. The carbon monoxide, the in 1970 almost 200. Next it is the near about the 80. Next sulfur dioxide above the 20 and less than 20. Volatile organic is also near about the 40 range, and in 2006 neither less than 20. Next nitrogen oxide, it is above the 20 and it is near about the 20. And particulate matter, it is almost 50 range, 15 range, and it is in 2006 it's only 5 to 8. This is the difference of the 1970 to 2006. Next, other ways of the improve quality. The other also we have to use to improve the quality. First, reduces the sulfur content in gasoline from its current average of 330 ppm to 30 ppm. Then we have to reduces the sulfur content in the gasoline form with the current average of the 300 ppm to 30 ppm. The sulfur clocks catalytic converters. The required federal emission standards for all passenger vehicles. The passenger vehicles, that is the bus, train, and also other passenger vehicles. We have to require the federal emission of the federal emission standards for the controlling the air pollutions or improve the air quality, as include SUVs, trucks, and minivans. That cause we have to use, or nowadays we have to use the V6 engine. What is the main object of the V6 engine is to minimize the air pollution and to or improve the air quality. Next, require emission testing for all vehicles, that's including diesel. The diesel engine, it has the more pollution than the petrol engine, that we have to require the emission testing for the all the diesel engines vehicles. At this help we have to improve the air quality in the atmosphere. Next, ozone depletion in stratosphere. The ozone protects Earth from the ultraviolet radiations, the part of the electromagnetic spectrum with wavelengths just shorter than the visible light. Here we have seen that the both difference of the image. The figure A, the stratospheric ozone absorbs about 99% of incoming solar ultraviolet radiations, effectively shielding the surfaces. And B, second, when stratospheric ozone is present at reduced level, more high energy ultraviolet radiation penetrates to atmosphere to the surface when its presence harms organism. So we see that the difference between the two figure. In first figure or first picture is the The stratospheric ozone absorbs almost 99% of the incoming ultraviolet radiation. It is a very effective for the or very effective to surface organisms. But in second picture, it is a different. We have to picture. We have to see the stratospheric ozone is present a reduced level, and it absorbs the only 60 to 65%, and that cause the effect is the high energy ultraviolet radiation penetrates to directly in atmosphere and to the surface, and that is the becomes the harms to organisms just like human beings and also environment. This is the both are the differences between the ozone layer. Ozone present in normal levels and ozone present in reduced layer. That cause the that's the most biggest effect on biggest problem in nowadays the global warming. The rising the temperature the day by day. Next, ozone depletion in stratosphere. Ozone thinning or hole, the first identified in 1985 over Antarctica. It is caused by human produced by bromine and chlorine containing chemicals. The example is the CFCs. It is the first observed that the ozone thinning layer is the minimized or the reduced in the 1985 in the Antarctica zone area. It is caused to human produced or man-made produced bromine and chlorine containing chemicals, that is the CFCs. It is a observed that the global warming issue also we have to found the year of 1985 because of the ozone thin layer ozone layer are thin, and it is the most causing the by the man-made or that is the transportation, industrialization or development as the is produced the very much bromine and chlorine containing chemicals in the atmosphere. Next, what is the effects of ozone depletion? The high levels of ultraviolet radiating hitting the earth. That is what's the effect? That is the rise of temperature. What is the rises of temperature? The eye cataracts, skin cancer. Is the image of the skin cancer. Weakened immunity or immunity power is less. This is the main effect of the ozone depletion or ozone reducer. The ozone reducer, that is the sun rays or sunlight are directly coming in the surface on the earth, that cause the various effects are created or done. That is the first is eye cataracts, the second skin cancer, next weakened immunity. The main disrupt is the ecosystem. This is a very it is a to changing or unbalance or disturbing to ecosystem nature in the nature. Next, many damage crops and forest also. It is also damage or effect for the agriculture and forest. This is the effect of the due to the global warming, that is the ozone layer is reduced. Next, acid depositions. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide emissions react with the water vapor in the atmosphere and form acid. The return to the surface as either dry or wet deposition. The acid deposition, it is nothing but the acid rain. The what is the acid rain or acid deposition? It is the sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. It is the present in the atmosphere. It is the react with the water vapor in the atmosphere, and from acids are they return to or returning to uh, coming in the surface or on the eye in the either dry or wet depositions. Here we see that the pH scale, the if the pH scale is the 7, pH is the 7, that is the neutral. If pH is the less than 7, that is the 6, 5, 4 up to 4, it is the weakly acidic, and below the 4, that is 3, 2, 1 and 0, it is the strongly acidic. So what is the effect? Increasing acidity. And in the right side, if the pH above this 7, that is 8, 9, 10 up to, it is a weakly basis, and 11, 12, 30 and 14, it is the strongly basic. That is what is the effect? The increasing basicity. This is the effect of the acid rain. That because we have to maintain the pH between 5 to 8 or 5 to 9. That is it is a very great or better for the organisms or humans. Next, how acid depositions in develops. How acids are developed or created or forming. The first acid is coming from the industrial. We are seeing this various industries picture in the power plants and industry plants. Also mobile emissions, that is the transportation. Also the houses indoor pollution, that is the dry acid and depositions. Next, it is the pollutions or pollutant are reacts with the atmospheric present in the conversion to acid, sulfur acid, nitric acid and nitrous acid. Sulfur acid, that is the H2SO4, nitric acid HNO3, nitrous acid HNO2 is SO2 plus SO2 and NOx. This also reacts and we acid depositions or acid rain is developed. The droplets of H2SO4, HNO3 and HNO2 dissolve in rain and snow. All the H2SO4 and HNO3 and HNO2, it is sulfuric acid, nitric acid, nitrous acid are mixing with the rain or mixing with the water, and it is a deposit in the directly surface on the earth, or it becomes something acidic. That is the pH value is less than 7. And this is surface runoff. Here we see that what we can exit the this already is all the pollutions or all the pollutions are coming from the with the water in also with the water in earth. This is the cycle. Here is the exit, and here is the exit of the pollutions reacts with the some atmospheric chemical reactions, chemicals pollutants, and this after the reactions, the chemical are coming from the coming on the earth with the water or snow. That is the we have to this water we have to also drinking, or we have to use the various purpose. That is this water is coming in our inside of the houses. Also we have to use the various purposes, that is the industry purposes, agriculture, farming, or also drinking or various another requirement. Next, what is the effects of acid deposition? Declining aquatic animal populations, that is thin shelled eggs, and prevent bird reproduction because of calcium is unavailable in acidic soil. Next, forest decline. The black forest in Germany, that is 50% is destroyed. The forest as Germany in the forest Germany, it is almost 50% of forest is destroyed due to the effects of acid rain or acid deposition. Next, acid deposition or acid rain and forest decline. Here we see that it is a cycle. The acidic deposition or acid rain and ozone and other pollutants are coming on the direct and the on the earth with the help of the snow or water. These are the damages to leaves and bark, reduced photosynthetic and growth, increased susceptibility to environmental stressors, drought, extreme cold, insects, digestive organisms, heavy metals, and air pollutions. Next, date of this impact is the date of 3 and treat to forest ecosystem health and stability. This is all the impact or ecosystem of the cycle. It is in that is water is going down on directly on earth surface, the soil acidification, that is the soil nutrients leach, toxic minerals are released, depletion of soil calcium, cell membranes damage, is the then root damage, then impaired water and nutrient uh, uptake. Also, the damage to soil fungi that aid in root uptake. All they are again go to in the atmosphere or atmosphere. This is the cycle. That cause we have to use nowadays the chemical fertilizer in very big amount because of the this is the this acid rain or this is the unbalancing ecosystem. Next, air pollution around the world. What is the status of air pollution in the world? The air quality is deteriorating rapidly in developing countries. Next, Shenyang, that is in China, residents only see sunlight a few weeks of each year. That is the effect of air pollution. The residents or at this city's residents only see the sunlight the few weeks at every year or each year. Developing countries have older cars that still use leaded gasoline. This is the biggest problem of the oldest car. The we have to taking the much more penalty or much more taxes or that is the environment taxes from the oldest car. We cannot permit in future to 5 years used cars or after the 10 years used cars. Next, five worst cities in the world. First, Beijing, China in China, Mexico City, Mexico, Shanghai, China, Tehran, Iran, and Calcutta in India. And also nowadays is the Delhi in India. Is the five worst cities in or famous in the air pollution in the world. The Beijing, Mexico, Shanghai, Tehran, and Calcutta. This is the oldest figure, oldest observation. But nowadays it is the we also adding the name of the India, Delhi, and also from the Maharashtra, the Chandrapur. The various this is all the previous slides or are the depending the outdoor pollution, but we have to see the indoor air pollution that is the inside of the house. The inside, indoor air pollution are forming due to the wall and foundation cracks. Next, drains pipes that is the sewage. This is the sewage pipes or waste pipe. Next, floor cracks also. Next, radon escapes outdoors. This is the opening of the window. Next, also staircase, balconies, sink. Where is seen that? First, indoor pollutions. There are many sources of indoor pollution. There's the first tobacco smoke, cooking at the time of the cooking, heating applications or appliances, where vapors from building materials, paints and furniture, other materials within the home that emit unhealthy chemicals. These are all the are forming cause of the or source of the indoor air pollution. That first is tobacco smoke, cooking, heating appliances, vapors from buildings, materials, paints, furniture, other materials within the home that emit unhealthy chemicals. First, indoor pollution. Here is seen that the image of the forming of indoor pollution. First, here is seen the source is the car, the radon from uranium containing rocks under the home is here the uranium containing rocks under the home. Second, pesticide from the gardening and products, pesticide forming the gardening products. Gasoline is forming the auto lawn mower or auto cutting machine, grass cutting machine. There's methylene chlorine from the paint strippers and thinners also. The next, carbon monoxide from the faulty furnace and auto lift running. Next, the fungi and bacteria from the dirty heating and AC ducts is the from the AC on the heating. or dirty heating are the forming the fungi and bacteria. Next, asbestos from the pipe insulation and vinyl tiles. The asbestos from the pipe insulation also vinyl tiles. The ammonia forming the household cleaners. We have to clean the bathrooms with the various chemicals such as the harpic and also that cause the forming the ammonia. Next, nitrogen oxides forming the unvented gas stoves, wood stoves and kerosene heaters. That is the gas. Next, chloroforms from the chlorine treated water in hot showers. We have to take the hot showers in winter season. That showers the forming the chloroform pollutions or pollutant. Next, para dischlorobenzene, that is forming the mothball crystals and air fresheners. We have to use the various air fresheners or good night liquid at the night uh, that cause the forming the para dischlorobenzene. Also the tetrachloroethylene forming the dry cleaning fluid. This also is the from the furniture forming the furniture. There is the formaldehyde. There is the furniture and carpeting from the synthetic polymers, particle board, foam insulation are all they are forming the formaldehyde from. And last is the tobacco smoke, that is the cigarettes and pipes. The cigarettes or pipes or tobacco. All the air pollutants are forming in the indoor of the houses or indoor air pollutants. Next, where air pollution is thought to be a problem related to outdoor air, the same pollutants can be found indoors. We spend up to 60% of our time indoors, and our homes are not always the safe place we would like to them to be. We have to see that while air pollutants is the very biggest problem in related to outdoor air pollutants, but same pollutants in the are present in the or founding in the indoors, that is the inside of the home, but we have to spending 60% of daily hours time in our homes, but it is not safe for us, right? You can understand if you have staying at home or not, it depending on you. Okay, let's go next. These chemicals, same of which are called a volatile organic compound, that is oak, can cause the ill health. They are found in carpets, chipboard, furnishing for fabrics, clothing, pesticides, cleaning products, toilets, cosmetic and also hobby products. This type of the chemicals is known as the volatile organic compounds. These then causing the ill health, and that they are found from the various furniture material, that is the carpets, chipboard, furnishing fabrics, also clothing, pesticides or washing the clothes, cleaning the products. This is the vacuum cleaner, toilets. This that is the Harpic, bathroom Harpic, WC Harpic. There is also cosmetics, that is a powder and other hobby products. Pollutants exposure at home and work is often greater than outdoors. It is observed that it is seen that most of it is the pollutions at exposure at home and work, it is compared to outdoor pollutions. That is the indoor pollution, it is too much greater than outdoor pollutants. In the California Air Resources Board estimates that indoor air pollutant levels are 25 to 62% greater than the outside levels and can pose serious health problems. It is seen that the agency, in the indoor air pollutants levels are the almost it is a very danger level, that is 25 to 62%. It is compared to or greater than to outside pollutant, and it is very serious for the health problems. Next, Air quality index levels of health concern, that is, it is numerical value and meaning. The air quality index AQI, it is a important uh, of the AQI index levels. There's a good. When we say the good, it is the between the 0 to 50 or air pollution. That is the meaning. Air quality is considered as satisfactory, and air pollution poses little or no risk. If AQI is the moderate, the numerical moderate is the 51 to 100, then we say that air quality is acceptable. However, for some pollutants, there may be a moderate health concern for a very small number of people who are unusually sensitive to air pollution. Next AQI level is unhealthy for sensitive groups. That is the numerical is the 101 to 150. That is meaning as members of sensitive groups may experience health effects. The general public is not likely to be affected. The generally it is not affected to public. Next unhealthy is a danger 151 to 200. Everyone may begin to experience health effects. The member of sensitive groups may experience more serious health effects. There is more serious health effects. There is the indoor pollutants. Then next very unhealthy. The next AQI is the very unhealthy. The range is the 201 to 300. The health alert is a health alert or red alert. Everyone may experience more serious health effects. Everyone may experience the more serious health effects. That is the various effects such as the asthma, blood cancer, or eye treatise, or any effects that can created by the very unhealthy AQI. Next, last one is hazardous. The numerical is the 301 to 500. It is a very dangerous. It is a health warnings of emergency condition. It is a health warning of emergency condition. The entire population is more likely to be affected. The entire population is more likely to be affected. It is affected so almost all the people. That is the meaning. Then here I declare that the first topic of the energy and environment engineering subject, that is the air pollution, is completed. If any doubt or if any problem related to this topic, then you can contact me at any time or WhatsApp me. Thank you so much.